Hey everyone, welcome to a very special episode of the Teal Podcast. So we have an ensemble here today. We have myself, Joey DeGangi, my co-host, Karen Pollard, and with us we have a number of guests who you've heard at this point if you've been listening up until now. We have Ruth Holroyd, Michelle Berriedale-Johnson, Cressida Langlands, and in a little bit we'll also have Julianne Ponan joining us as well. So really happy to have everyone here today. Hope the year's winding down nicely for you all, and hope you have it, all looking forward to your Christmas celebrations tomorrow. So yeah, very happy.
Yes, definitely yes.
Great. So, we're kind of wrapping up our 2020s, getting ready for the new year. I know something that is on a lot of people's minds and everything. This point is kind of looking back over the past year. I know we're all looking forward to the new year, but at the same time looking back and trying to pull different things that we're grateful for over the last year. So I think a really nice way to kind of just kick things off today would be what are some of our favorite moments from the past year. We want to start. I'll just kind of go. I'm on we're on Zoom, so we'll just start from the top to bottom. Ruth, if you want to share something that you're excited about from 2020?
Well, there's one thing I'd have to say, which is publishing my first book, which is called The Reluctant Allergy Expert, How to Kill the Anaphylaxis Kill You, which is here, which is a huge achievement and very exciting. So that probably is the highlight of this year. And I think talking to other people as well, it's been weird. And as someone with allergies and anxiety and things like that, being in a pandemic has been quite weird. And I think the whole world now knows what that's like. One of my friends said, I've been so anxious, like my kids are touching things and every day I'm worrying about this. And she said, is this what it's like living with allergies? Like, it's actually, yeah. So it's given the whole world an insight into what it's like living on hyper alert. And that's I'm particularly grateful for, but it is a real eye opener of what that's like for people.
Yeah.
And learning how clean everything has to be. And that's not a bad thing. If we clean down the table every time, then they would clean the allergens away. So there's been some real learnings from this year, although it's been a strange one.
Yeah. That's amazing. And you made it to the Authors Club. So that's fantastic.
Very exciting.
It's amazing. So do you go on Amazon and see where your book is listed yet?
Awesome.
I have to admit, I'm slightly obsessed with checking where it ranks in allergies. I'm not going to lie.
I'm sure it's right at the top, Ruth. And you've got plans for any more to come out?
Any more books? I have actually. I've got another one coming out soon, and I've just got the cover designed for that, which is a book of eczema poems. So I'm quite excited about that.
Amazing.
Coming soon.
2021.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
And you also have a great Christmas jumper on for the
I do. Got the best Christmas jumper ever. I'm getting a little bit. I might have to take it off soon because I'm having a hot flush, but it's got a snowman, and then if you move, it's one of those jumpers where no one can see because we're on a podcast. It's got a penguin or a snowman, depending on which way the sequins go. So it's
when you first came on, I didn't realize that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
My mind is blown. Right? I've honestly never seen something like that before. That's amazing.
It's cool. I'm too hot. I've got to take it off.
Well, just before we all came on, Joey was. I was trying to explain to Joey what a mince pie was because they don't obviously get them in America. Do you?
No, I wasn't familiar with that term, but I want to be. That sounds amazing.
We don't have them any other time of year, but they're really, really tasty.
Definitely the best bit of Christmas food. Or the best bits of Christmas pudding without getting anywhere near as solid. Yeah. Oh, wow. And you can get some fantastic freefrom ones as well over the last few years. Really good freefrom mince pies have been developed. So, Okay, Joey, you need an education.
I do, yeah. Absolutely. That's great. just kind of
Joey, where's your Christmas jumper? I was expecting to see.
I
You
found
missed
a
mine.
red sweater. I didn't find a good Christmas jumper. I was going to borrow one from
Oh
my
my
brother, but it was yeah, we were just
Mine,
talking
I've
about
got a penguin as well.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Cressida's is the best.
I was expecting a full-on Christmas jumper, Joey. Oh look, no, I think
Yeah.
Cressida has like topped it off. I think that's the best one.
Yeah, no, I'm still in search. I'm gonna work on it. Let's see if I can find something good for.
Is that not a thing in America then, Christmas jumpers?
Oh no, they have a lot. It's just not something I owned, unfortunately. Like I said, my brother has one. It's like with a Christmas dinosaur on it. It was really funny. It was in the wash. I was gonna wear it for today, but yeah, no, I'm working on it still.
But you guys actually, Joey sent Julianne and I a video the other day, and his family really go all out with their Christmas tree. You've got a Disney Christmas tree with a little train that goes around the track at the bottom of the tree, doesn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, it's head to toe, all Disney ornaments. It's got the Mickey hat with the ears on top of the tree, little like Mickey characters that play music on it, and then at the bottom, it's the monorail. So I don't know if that's all Disney parks, but it's got like at Disney World in Florida. It has a monorail that takes you from like the entrance over like kind of like the forest into the Magic Kingdom, and that's what we have running around it.
Wow.
We're a Disney family through and through here.
That's impressive.
And what's the youngest age in your household, Joey?
19.
Don't worry, that's me all over. Joey, I'm definitely a Disney fan.
Is yours a Harry Potter tree though, Julianne?
Oh, I have a Harry Potter room. So yeah, I'm a very big. I'm professional at work. Just outside work, I'm a child.
Have you ever experimented with an allergen-free butterbeer recipe?
Yes.
We've talked about this, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Excellent.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it is my life, Harry Potter outside work, as Ruth knows.
And Michelle, what's your plans for the holidays then?
Well, because obviously we can't all mix together, normally we have quite a large family party. I mean, somewhere about 15 to 20, but obviously we can't do that this year. So this year it's going to be completely child-free. So at the moment, the plan is my son, my daughter-in-law and I are going out to Christmas lunch.
Oh,
We've booked into a rather posh hotel where we're going to be able to have a rather posh Christmas lunch. Now, whether we will, God knows, because who knows what's going to happen, and we may get the whole thing cancelled. But as of now, that's the plan, which is rather grand, isn't it?
That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we thought. Yeah, why not? Might be the only year we were child-free and we're able to do it. So let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No washing up.
No washing up. No turkey. I'm not a great turkey enthusiast, so no turkey. Yes. Normally I can't escape it.
You do so much cooking as well, Michelle. It's probably you that makes everything on Christmas Day.
Well, I've honed it over the years, you know, as the first generation of kids have all grown up and become adults and become much more responsible and sensible people. I've kind of honed it to actually I don't do very much. I've now got it down to I'll make the gravy because I like my gravy as opposed to anybody else's gravy, and basically everybody else can do everything else, and so that's fine. That's good. That's cool. But nonetheless, you still have to eat the bloody turkey. So I'm not a great turkey enthusiast.
I like turkey. That's
I know,
one of the
everybody
dinners
else
that's
does.
actually less scary for an allergy person, I think, because it's quite easy to do a roast dinner that's safe.
Yeah.
That's my worst meal, Ruth. Like it's the
Is it?
worst meal ever. I
Why?
literally hate roast. It's so bland. It's so boring.
Oh, it doesn't have to be though.
No.
You want all
no.
the bits to go with it. It's all the bits. Forget about whatever you're roasting. That's boring. But all the bits you to go with it. You know, the stuffing and the sausages or whatever it is. Yes, and all that. Oh yeah, and the roasties to go.
Roast potatoes. Can we just talk about roast potatoes for a minute. You don't like roast potatoes?
No, I don't not like them. I just don't love them.
What is your favourite Christmas dinner then? What are you going to have?
Oh no, we have to have all of those things. I just have to have my separate things that Mum will make separately for me.
What are you having?
I'll have things like pasta or some Mexican food or like just nothing to do with the roast dinner. Oh, I have the Yorkshire pudding. If she makes it without allergies, I will have that.
And gravy.
Yeah, and gravy.
There you go. Yeah.
Gravy's the best bit. The gravy's the bit you go for. That's the important bit. Scrub all the rest.
That's always my job, the gravy.
Yeah. Mm. Do you make it in advance? You see, I make mine, a week in advance.
No, I just do it on the day.
Oh, wow.
No, I make mine, and it's a really involved process. And then it ends up with a lot of sherry going into it at some point. There's no end.
Well, what's in your secret sauce? Or can you divulge, Michelle?
Well, it rather depends on the year. It's lots and lots of vegetables, you see, to begin with. Lots of vegetables cooked very long and slowly. So that's the first bit. And then whatever it is in the kind of gluten-free flours that I happen to be using this time, so that might be a bit different. And then what happens to be in the stock, and so varies each year. That's the interesting bit about it, as it should do. Yeah. And of course you're in control of it, because so you know exactly what's gone into it. So it's perfectly safe, and you can of course adapt it according to whoever you're coming to eat. So if it was Ruth, there wouldn't be any celery in there. But on the other hand, it's absolutely, it tastes lovely. Yeah, it's good.
Amazing.
And then with any luck, I make so much, there's quite a lot over. So I can then have it with Yorkshire pudding, or indeed the roasties, way after everyone else has gone home. So that's good.
And stuffing. Have to make my own stuffing.
And the stuffing, yes. And then, the stuffing, well, of course, depending again on who it is, because I'm absolutely fine with nuts. I would have lots of nuts, chestnuts and probably walnuts in mine, but that wouldn't be for you. So there'd be something else crunchy in yours. So
well, I can eat almonds, I've just discovered, which has been a bit of a so
that's cool.
Almond stuffing might be quite nice.
Well, that means you can also eat all kinds of lovely almond desserts, can't you? Can you make kind of frangipani and things?
You could have macarons.
Yeah.
You could have.
I could make frangipani.
Yeah, and macaroons.
I want.
I just made almond milk last night.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Almond milk it's amazing. It's so easy to make.
What does it taste like?
Really, really fresh, and I can't remember what normal milk tastes like. And I don't think it tastes like normal milk, but I can't remember anymore.
Does it taste anything
creamy?
like oat milk?
It's not like oat milk. It's like almond milk. I can't describe it.
It's very creamy and light, and
it is creamy.
It's delicious. Yeah, really lovely.
So good. And it's just almonds and water. Nothing else.
You have to learn to make biscuits or something with the pulp from your almonds.
I've got loads of pulp, so perhaps I'll experiment with that.
Yum. It could be really crispy. They could be lovely if you use that pulp. Get it thin and crispy, couldn't it? Almost like meringues. Be good.
And how long would it last for, Ruth? The homemade almond milk?
3 to 4 days, it says. So drunk half of it already.
It's very good for you.
So Michelle, I have heard so much about your house. Literally so much about it.
Is this the old house or the new house, Julianne?
Oh, I don't know. It might be the old house then. I've heard so much over the years about people coming to your house.
Oh, it's the old,
absolutely
the
loving
old house with the earrings. I would imagine it's the old house with the earring lampshades. Is that
yes,
the one?
yeah.
Well, the earring lampshades have come with me because I've now moved to a new house, which actually is not very different from the old house. It's just even bigger. And I have builders here probably for the next 2 years, but that's all fine. But the earrings have come with me. You'll have to come see my earrings. I have probably about 100 plus, I would think, pairs of earrings.
Wow.
Which I've been collecting over the years. Yeah, of every shape and size. Spoons, knives. Actually, I've got a pair of penknives in my ear today, which is rather weird.
I saw you had some Free From Food Awards earrings. as
Oh,
well.
yes, absolutely. Do you, hold on a sec. Yes, hold on.
Someone made, oh, that's so cool.
I think they were commissioned by one of our other judges, Paul Michelle, and they are very cool. They're little round yellow logos with a new logo on.
Here we go. I will display to you.
Oh,
Are they cool?
They're amazing. They don't look very yellow on the screen, but yeah, they're.
No, they are. Yeah. So you have to get your F's facing in the right direction.
They're cool.
Somebody made me. Alex Gazzola, who probably quite a lot of you know, was trying to buy me some kind of fun earrings when he was in Italy, and couldn't find any. You know, he wanted to get some pasta or something or other, and his cousin said that he was going to make me some. So I've actually got some earrings made out of pasta, dried pasta. Talk amongst yourselves, and I'll find those for you as well.
So Julianne, what are you going to be at your mum's then for Christmas?
yes, so I'm going to be heading over to mum's for the 25th, hopefully, and I'll see my brother and sister for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And then we're heading to Matt's parents on the 27th. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. You find your noodle pasta earring?
Oh yeah, that's another episode.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you got
that's awesome.
pasta.
Fantastic.
Little rigatonis.
They are just a triumph.
Amazing. That's amazing. And I mean, they were all, I mean, it's the dried pasta, and he's painted them all. And there's sort of kind of a little chain, you know, linking them all up, and the little gold bits holding them all in place. So it's absolutely amazing work of art. It must have taken him forever to make them. And they came, Alex brought them in a box, a little kind of pasta box. And I thought, I said, what's all this? You know, it's kind of really fancy pasta in a box. It can't be that great, for God's sake. Well, what is it about all this? I opened it up, and here were these earrings sitting there. They were from Marco. Marco, who made me my pasta earrings. He said he was going to make some more, but I think poor chap, he had quite a bad dose of COVID, but is now better, so that's okay. So maybe as a kind of convalescent job, he'll have thought that another pair of pasta earrings might be.
Maybe a Fuseli next time, or
who knows? Who knows? Anyhow, it's quite fun. Yeah, I have chilies, real live chilies. I can't quite remember why I made those. And way back in the day when we first started, and when we were manufacturing foods, and we went to a couple of exhibitions, and we had a range of vegetarian meals, I made my poor sales director wear live spring onions in her ears.
Live.
as opposed to dead ones.
I mean fresh spring onions as opposed to rather tired spring onions.
It's one step away from Lady Gaga in the meat dress.
Yes. No, we were very vegetarian, I assure you.
God,
I almost wish I need to get my ears pierced. I'm missing out on all this earring action.
Definitely. Yeah, you have to have it with pierced ears really to do it properly.
Yeah. So do you all do Secret Santas then with your colleagues? I suppose it's a bit difficult this year, and probably that tradition's fallen away a bit. But have you guys done that, Julianne?
We used to every year. This year we haven't. But Ellie, who was in today, she brought me this lovely gift. It's got like a unicorn mug and like a cookbook as well. But yeah, just little things really. It's nice. But normally we do like a big Christmas party.
Yeah.
Like we've done like ice skating, escape the rooms, that sort of thing for the team. But this year they are having a Zoom party, which is very different.
It's not the same, is it? But
No, but what can we do?
Well, yeah, it's not the same. But on the other hand, here we are all meeting on Zoom. Would we have been meeting this time last year? We probably wouldn't.
No.
So I think Zoom has been amazing, really. I think it's enabled all kinds of connections which would never otherwise have happened. So we shouldn't knock it. Yeah, I mean, everyone gets fed up with it occasionally, and 4 hours on screen is a bit much. But even so, I'm all for Zoom. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, no, it is. And I mean, Joey and I, like, we've never met. And here we've started a whole company together. And
Wow.
our life Zoom's been great for our relationship, hasn't it? Joey?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've never met you, Karen or Joey, and I feel like I know you both so well.
Yeah, it is, do you know what, it is a very intimate connection, I think, and we have all become so in tune technologically as well, I think. And I mean, you all probably know so much about my family life, where you see Aoife popping in and out the whole time anyway, so it is like having you all over, except I don't have to wash up the dishes afterwards. So.
There you go.
Exactly. So what's not to like, for goodness sake?
Yeah.
But speaking of Christmas parties, it just reminded me, we always used to do the corporate Christmas parties, and half the time we'd end up in a big marquee share with different companies, but probably one of the most fun ones that you'd never think of as a venue was the London Aquarium that I went to. And it was, I was invited through the BBC many years ago. And they just took over the whole aquarium. It was really exciting. You wouldn't think that the aquarium would be somewhere to, let's go and spend a Christmas party there. So, yeah.
Mm. We normally have our Christmas parties on Valentine's Day at the Freefrom Food Awards. We've somehow never managed to meet at Christmas, so we generally go for a Valentine's Day party instead.
Have it delayed. Yeah, I know. It's terrible when it does creep into the next year, and then you've got to make sure it doesn't go past that second month of the year. Otherwise, you're looking at summer parties and the rest of them. And are you cooking at home this year, Cressida?
No, my partner and I are ditching our children with their other parents and heading off on in a motorhome with some frozen ready meals to park it up on Dartmoor.
Oh, brilliant.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, just get away from everything for 4 days. Be really nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we've been sourcing dairy and gluten-free ready meals from nice places, which, we were looking for free from Christmas sort of boil in the bag meals, but there aren't any, which is a real shame. They're missing a trick there. I think that would be brilliant.
It's a shame. We had a Lumi at one point, but that's gone.
But it wouldn't be hard to do a little sort of roast meal, allergen-free roast meal, stick it in a tray, put it in the supermarket. I think someone should go for that. So we've gone for there's a couple of cook meals which are free from, which is great, so we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe some curries might be. Curries might be free from.
Curries, yeah, I got some curries. Lamb shanks and curries, and what I really want is a breakfast in a can, with egg, sausage, beans. I mean, that just
in a can.
Brilliant. Yeah, in a can. Yeah.
What a really gross idea.
Wash down with some champagne, maybe.
You're not taking a camping stove. You could go and cook your own breakfast then.
Well, it's a motorhome, so it's got everything. It's it's made of white plastic and carpet, so it's going to be great. But we have to be careful. We have to be neat, so there's no sort of flambeing the Christmas pudding.
That's true. Sounds very romantic.
Yeah.
What's it like in America for Christmas Day for you guys, Joey?
So for us, we do the Italian Catholic Christmas Eve. So that kind of kicks everything off. So in our house, we only have my peanut and tree nut allergy. So we do the 7 fish throughout the evening. So we have shrimp, tuna, flounder, swordfish, clam, scallop, a couple others. And so we do that big homemade thing of pasta that every year, unfortunately, except this year, that my grandmother makes. She has like a traditional breadcrumb recipe that she throws on top of the pasta. So it's a big celebration on Christmas Eve. And then for Christmas Day, we aren't big fans of turkey either. So we do a giant prime rib. So a really large steak with different seasonings. I think we get, if I'm doing my conversion right, about an 8 kilogram giant thing of it. And it takes up like half the table when we throw it into the oven.
Amazing.
Wow. It's great.
Wow.
That's probably right up Julianne's street, isn't it? Pasta, some fish, and maybe some steak.
That literally sounds great. I mean, I might not have that much meat, but I mean, yeah, I'll just pick at things.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should come to yours for Christmas Day.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm at the point. I think I enjoy the Christmas Eve meal even more than the Christmas Day. It's just all the food that we have around, all like traditional Italian meals. I love it.
So what do you do for dessert, Jay?
So usually I'm full by that point, but for my family that has a little bit more of a sweet tooth, we have pumpkin pie, pudding pie, lots of Christmas cookies, and there's one other item, I forget the name of it, but it's this traditional like Italian pastry that my grandmother makes every year. That's the only one that we have that I'm not able to have. It calls for, I think it's hazelnut and pine nut in it. So we have that off on a separate section, and I know that's a big hit with our family as well. So I know that's always one of the options also, but lots of different baked goods and pastries and everything like that.
Wow. Yeah. You need some capacity to get your way through all of that, don't you?
Oh, it's a marathon. You have to train for it.
It takes days to get over it.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you're usually eating leftovers during Christmas Day from Christmas Eve. Like that's our lunch and our breakfast. And then finally you recover for the giant steak then at dinner time. And then you start over the next day feeling full. How about you, Karen?
Well, normally we split. Well, last few years we've been an island, and so we have a very traditional Irish Christmas Day, but it starts off with sausages and pudding in the morning. Not sweet pudding, Joey, black pudding and white pudding.
Okay.
And then that keeps you going until the meal. And then obviously there's always lots of drinking involved with the Irish, so that makes it very festive. But I think the big thing for them is obviously they enjoy the following day, which is they call St. Stephen's Day, and not Boxing Day like we do in the UK. And that's the day for going out and socializing. But this year we were actually meant to be going back to South Africa, and it would have been our first time back in 5 years. And for Aoife to go meet all of her relatives, but so that's going to have to be put on hold. So it's going to be the three of us. So Mummy will be cooking as per usual, so no changes there. But you know, it'll be nice at home. We're going to make it very special for her. She's at that age now that she's so in tune with Christmas and Santa, and every day we're decorating and redecorating the tree. And yeah, we're going to be baking together because we're going to make sure Santa and all the reindeer have their cookies. And we've also, I put together a Christmas box for her. So she'll get that on Christmas Eve. And I've never done that before. So I've bought matching pajamas for us.
Nice.
I'm going to go all out this year. We're going to go matching PJs, the three of us. And I've got her some dairy-free chocolates and some storybooks. And we're going to watch a movie. So we're just going to make a proper cozy family time in, and then Christmas Day mass if we can get there, because obviously with the restrictions going on with the numbers. So yeah, no, it'll be good, special. Yeah,
we used to have to do midnight mass.
That's what my family does.
Yeah, it was fine when we were young until when we got to sort of 20, 21, and then we wanted to go out on Christmas Eve. Yeah, Mum would be like, you have to be back for midnight mass, and ideally not have had any consumption of any alcohol. So yeah, it was a challenge, I think, in that period when we were all
we just used to turn up slightly drunk to the back of the
no way.
Yeah, us too.
She would have literally killed me. And I had this whole thing, if I walk into the church drunk, like something bad's going to happen to me. So she like conditioned
Nothing
me.
bad happens. God thinks it's quite cool.
Yes. So are you all, is everybody Catholic then?
Yeah,
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. I was brought up in a Christian church, but for some reason we used to have a midnight service on Christmas Eve. Not a mass, but
Yeah.
just butting in on that tradition, we thought it was a good idea.
Maybe that's why you were allowed to turn up drunk.
Yeah.
Because it's Christians, all right.
That was the best for me. That was the best bit about being Catholic, was midnight mass. One night a year when you could have a little bit to drink and go to church and laugh.
Yeah.
On the basis they were all drinking wine anyhow, so why not everybody else?
Well, I was never whatever the word is when you have to, when you get to go and drink wine and get your lovely bit of bread.
Yeah, as a Catholic, of course, you don't actually get to drink the wine, do you? Because Catholics don't get wine, you only get the host, so you feel a bit cheated there. Yeah.
I think my church lets you ask, but yeah, they don't offer that as like for everyone to come up and get.
No.
And communion, is that what it's called?
Communion.
Yeah.
It was never very nice wine.
No.
You're not missing out.
So yeah, it has been a crazy year, it really has. But like Michelle was saying, it's been good. There's some great stuff that have come out of it. And Ruth, you were talking about your book that you launched, which is absolutely phenomenal. Julianne, what's been some highlights for you in 2020?
2020, there's quite a few, I guess, that are pretty cool. One of them I've got to mention, both Michelle and Cressida asked me to be a judge, which is super cool, and Matt as well, and we're absolutely honoured, I have to say. We've obviously entered the Freefrom Awards many years. We've attended the Freefrom Awards, we've sort of grown into that community, which has been fantastic. So that was one of the highlights, definitely towards the end of the year. Obviously the Teal app, meeting you too, launching as your ambassador was phenomenal. The response that we got, some of the messages were just out of this world, and to be honest, I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't had met Ruth. So that's why it was so interesting to have this call, really, because Ruth actually told me to talk more about my allergies when we met at Food Unwrapped, and she was like, no, you need to talk about them, you need to let people know what you live with. And I was like, no, what if people say bad things about me, and I don't want to. And I was like, I prefer the business side where I know what I'm doing and I won't hurt anyone's feelings by my own opinions. But she was like, no, you need to. And actually, by opening up and sharing a picture of having a mild allergy, for example, was such a pivotal moment in this year, and I was so scared. I didn't want people to say anything about me, and people I knew from primary school go, oh, look at you, why are you talking about allergies, why are you doing this? But it changed everything, and now I'm an ambassador for you guys. I've sort of talk on so many panels across the world in terms of Zoom, and and then just recently was the anaphylaxis campaign, which was incredible to be their ambassador as well. I didn't think, from sitting at the allergy table at school going, I don't want allergies, please take the allergies away, I just don't want them, to now being the anaphylaxis campaign ambassador, which I don't know, it's something you just wouldn't think would happen. And it just proves that allergies don't stop you, don't limit you, don't define you, but actually they can empower you and make you an even better person than you thought you were.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You should be so proud. And for me, I discovered your product doing judging, and I didn't really know the company, and then forgot about them, and then meeting you at that Food Unwrapped filming, and you had some with you, and I was like, oh yeah, I've had these, and you went, no, you haven't.
I did.
They're not out yet.
No, you didn't. I was like, you can't have. I was like, stop lying to me, Ruth. I was like,
it took us a while to work it out, but it made me really love your product more, to know that it came from someone that really understood me as a consumer. So I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad that you are sharing that side, because I think it makes your company seem closer to us, and we can really relate to you and why you did it. And it's amazing. It's top 14 free.
How many people can actually really test to that and pass the taste test as well? That's phenomenal.
Oh, and we won the Freefrom Award this year. We won.
Yes, you did. I was going to remind you of that, and then I thought, wait.
We actually won gold. Yeah, for the cake. Yeah, we didn't think we were going to win. Like Matt was like, "Oh, we won't win," and I was like, "Stop thinking like that." I was like, "We will win. So we're going to win." But it's all over our packaging now. So
good. That's very good. It's it does throw into sharp relief seeing your products and then seeing May contains all over everything. I do find it quite slightly mind-boggling that it's obviously possible, like really seriously possible, to make free-from products.
It takes a lot. I'm not I see why it's hard, and I do understand with the big brands, they don't want to have dedicated factories and lines and batch testing and all of that, and it does make it more expensive. But then as an allergy sufferer, you're willing to pay for it, and you're willing to not want to have to take that risk.
But especially as not allergy sufferers, when you see that on pack, just must make you go, wow, woohoo! Because you just think, oh, that's incredible, because it's seems to be such a rare thing. So well done. Congratulations, Julianne.
So apart from my addiction to Norbles, and you need some kind of addiction helpline for me. I can't stop eating them.
I need more people like you, Ruth. I need everyone to be like you.
This is it. You're feeding my habit.
Well, I cooked your banana bread the other day in a house of 5 people, and none of whom have any allergies at all, and the loaf disappeared in about 20 minutes.
That's good.
It was stunning. It was just like I was like, no, this is for me, not for you. It's really good. I want to try your cornbread mix.
Oh, it is. It's really good savoury, actually. Quite like it savoury.
Excellent. Yeah.
Definitely.
I like the carrot cake at the moment. That's one of my favourite.
Oh yeah, you put seeds on it. I remember that. I saw that.
It's good.
Joey, you'll have to try it.
I know. I gotta get over there. I've
got to send you some. Send me your address, and I'll have to get some over to you.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Are you not supplying the States yet, Julianne?
No, not yet. That's on the cards actually. Q4 of next year.
Okay.
We're trying to push it through, but it's just getting it right. And I want to make sure we launch with the right retailer as well. Yeah,
sure. Excellent. That's
good, because I'm getting lots of complaints and people that think my blog is in America, and they're like, I can't find this.
Yeah.
Only available in England at the moment, but coming soon, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I can't wait. I'll be first in the line.
You don't know what you're missing, and I mean the mixes are fantastic. We tried the banana bread mix as well. I had column and Eve, and it literally was dad proof to make it. So and it really holds together so well, and the taste of it is really, really good. So yeah. And we even tried the waffle and pancake mix, but I mixed our waffle iron temperature, but it's like a quick change. 2 seconds later they're in the pan, so we ended up having pancakes for breakfast, and they were the fluffiest pancakes we'd ever tried, actually. So
it took a long time for that to get right, honestly. Matt and me had a fair few arguments about that one of what we should add in more of, and I was like, no, it's going to taste soapy with baking powder. No, it won't. Yes, it will. But no, actually, I was wrong. We added more baking powder, and I don't know how, but it did turn out super fluffy. He won on the pancakes, but my recipe won on the cornbread, hands down.
Excellent.
So is that what you guys do at home then? You come up with brand new, exciting recipes to test drive and see how it's
exactly that. It's just, Matt's amazing at it though. He's had to live with me and understand I can't eat a lot of things, and I'm really adamant about not trying things unless I'm in a safe space, which is exactly what I was saying to Cressida earlier today. So he has a challenge with me, getting me to try, and then when he finally does, he's like, right, okay, this recipe works, maybe we should launch it. So, and so that's sort of how it goes. If I can eat it, oh, other people must be able to eat it.
And is he's from a chef background, isn't he? No,
not at all. No, he just loves food. He's actually he was a primary school teacher, and a really good one as well.
Oh.
Before I said, please can you quit your job and come and work for me.
Oh,
So yeah, no, he's brilliant though at everything he sets his mind to, and I always say to him, like, he was used to be super lazy, but he used to always find the quickest way to do something. So I said, if anyone in the business is finding something hard, give it to Matt. I was like, he'll find the easiest way to do it and give it back to you.
How do you find that then? Because I didn't realise at first that you guys were also
a couple. Yeah, no.
Partners. So how does that work with the home life and the work life? And
so we had a rule at the beginning, because obviously right at the beginning when it was just me and Matt, because it was me on my own, and then I brought Matt in, and then we had then we grew the team. We had a rule that we couldn't argue within the house. So we would literally, outside our flat at the time, would be arguing about packaging or something, and we knew as soon as we stepped foot in that house, in that flat, we weren't allowed to mention it, but we weren't allowed to actually hold any like grudges, because I was like, there's no point doing this and holding that grudge and that animosity, and it really did work. I'm not gonna lie, yes, there was a time we were spending an hour outside the flat.
Arguing.
do you ever have to go like, no, stop? Or are you all quite good at
outside.
Exactly. There's been a couple of times I've gone, no, I don't, this is not happening, and we're not launching this product, or yes, I really think this should work. But it's very rare I will do something like that, and we'd have to be like really on different levels completely. But no, it tends not to happen.
It looks like you have a lot of fun.
We do. I think if you don't love what you do, then how can you get through the bad days? Because they are going to be bad days. We all have them. I'm sure you guys all do as well, where you just don't want to get out of bed, or you're just like, oh, why is everything going wrong? But if you love what you do and you love who you're doing it with, you can get through it.
Oh, I feel like we need a group hug there.
But no, tell me about your guys' years. Like, what's the major things that's been the best parts? Who wants to go first?
Oh, I mean, from in the Freefrom Food Awards, I think it's been really extraordinary. I can't really sort of yet, I haven't quite got the perspective to look back and see the points that have been sort of amazing, but it just feels like the squeeze that has been put on everything has just meant that little sort of things have popped out from the pressure of being squeezed. Little sort of worm heads of ideas have popped out the holes, and that is really exciting. I mean, these are the first podcasts I've ever been in, which is totally thrilling and a lot of fun. Interviewing cool dudes with allergies like Lindy and Dan, that's been really good fun. I'm looking forward to interviewing Ruth at some point, but I haven't been able to read anything, so reading your book has just been like I just can't stay still. It's like my brain is on fast forward. I can only watch telly or like work.
I'm the same. I really struggle to read, and I think it might be just anxiety of the pandemic.
I think it
books a month, and I really can't. I need to record an audio book for you, and then you'll be sorted.
Excellent.
That's what I always use.
There's a sort of frenetic energy about this year, which has made amazing things happen, which has been completely thrilling. But I am completely exhausted. I think like most people are, just feel sort of wrung out, but not in a bad way. It's a weird feeling, isn't it? And now that the awards entries have closed, I'm just starting to go through them and invite the judges, which is really exciting. And we've made a move towards inviting manufacturers on our panels this year. So hopefully we're going to have more manufacturers in across the categories. Because we can't, you know, Michelle, now she can't make her stunning lunches to feed our judges, and they can't hang around and chat. I mean, you know, at the moment, who even knows if we will be able to have anybody in a room together. We're hoping we'll be able to have, you know, 4 or 5 judges in a room together, but we just don't know what's going to happen. But we definitely can't do the lunches. We can probably do tea and coffee and maybe a glass of water. But it's going to be exciting. It is exciting. It's I think that's the weirdest thing, the juxtaposition of the kind of like the sort of the grief for the things that aren't with us at the moment. Hopefully they'll come back, and also the sort of the thrill of the stuff that we're being forced to do, which is brilliant.
Definitely.
It is all very exciting. I mean, obviously it's absolutely tragic for the people who have either lost relatives or friends, or, you know, and there are a number of people who have, and for the people who have lost their jobs, and, you know, so there's an awful lot of tragedy going along, but I think there's so much excitement going on. There's so much invention. You know, when push comes to shove and you really have to do it, there are so many new ways of doing things. Okay, we talked about Zoom, that's only one of them. You know, there's everybody within the arts, within manufacturing, you know, within vaccines, you know, science, medicine, all of the things that are happening, because under this pressure, people's brains just, you know, as Cressida said, they start to fry, they really work really fast. And so everyone's coming up with ideas. So I think it is immensely exciting. I think huge things will come out of this. So a lot of things will be very much better. And, you know, for the environment, for sustainability, we're driving less, we're flying less. So there's all kinds of green things that could be coming out of this as well. Different ways of working. You know, I just think it's immensely exciting right across the board. And even, you know, going right back to what Ruth said at the beginning in terms of allergy, you know, the fact that you guys are actually talking about your allergies is wonderful. But people can relate. All of a sudden people can relate, because what you do to stay COVID safe is exactly what you do to stay allergy safe. And since, you know, understanding about allergy is all about getting it into your head, imagining yourself in the situation, which is what most people don't do. And as you all know, when you talk to somebody and you've explained to them, you know, that look that comes over their face when they're kind of dissing, oh, the allergy business, and you suddenly then explain to them what your life is like, and suddenly, you know, their face clears. Quite often they kind of tear up and say, oh my God, I had no idea what this was about. But suddenly COVID is a way into understanding about allergies. So, you know, maybe another open door.
Definitely.
It's
that's my speech. That's my speech for 2021. Cressida, I'm not coming to the presentation. I've done it.
That's it.
And what's your COVID plan for the presentation awards event then? Okay.
We've seen quite a lot of very good virtual ones, and obviously, you know, we managed to do something virtually last year, which was really good fun. We haven't really put our minds to the exact unfolding yet, but I think we will, won't we, Michelle?
Yeah, it's so far ahead, and we have no idea what the restrictions will be. But
last year we managed to create a Zoom party with about 3 days to go. So, you know, I loved it. It was really good fun, but I think the mistake we made was that we only had half an hour in the pre-presentation bit. We should have had about an hour and a half where everyone could just go off in breakout rooms, chats and things, and then the presentation, and then the people just tail off, and the people who like to drink and chat can stay on. But so I think we'll pull some of those learnings in if we do have to do it virtually, but we're hoping that
I think that quite possibly we might end up by doing half and half anyhow, because, you know, there's a good chance that even if we can have a live presentation, it may be restricted in numbers. You know, any of you who've been before, it's kind of 300 people jammed in, you know, cheekbone to cheekbone, because that's what it's about. And the chances, I would thought, by the end of April of us being able to do that, I would think of about zilch. So we may find ourselves being restricted to a smaller number, in which case we can involve both. You know, we can have some virtual staff. Maybe we can have some big screens. We can have people on Zoom big screen, people, you know, getting involved in the actual presentation from Scotland, or, you know, Joey from the States, I mean, from wherever. So I think there are lots of possibilities. I mean, come the new year, we'll start trying to be a bit imaginative about it. But it's so hard at this stage, because we just have no idea what's likely to happen.
That's true. Yeah. Joey, do you have in the States a similar kind of platform to the Free From Food Awards?
Not that I've seen. I'm sure there are different. I know there's different events. Like we were part of the Nourished Festival earlier this year, which was kind of like a gathering of different freeform brands. But there wasn't that awards component. So like, there's different types of like conferences and events, but at least as far as the ones I've seen, I haven't seen any that have like the kind of like the judging and like that element.
Yeah. Well, there you go. With all the tech behind you, Michelle and Cressida, there's a whole new.
Yeah. We're going to ride west and conquer America. Excellent. I can't wait. We'll have to take some of Julianne's mixes with us.
Yes.
Well, we can come be your recce team.
Excellent.
No, that was very poignant, Michelle, actually. Yeah. Anybody else have any words of wisdom because I think we've all been just about, I get a sense everybody's just crawling to the end of 2020 now, just to get over the finish line. Any pearls of wisdom for 2021, new start, COVID or no COVID?
I don't know, I think it'd be weird, isn't it? Like, so used to not going out, and any plans about going out have gone away because it's okay to stay at home, and we're doing so much more on Zoom, and so going out for meals is almost a distant memory. I've done it twice over the whole of lockdown, really. So I think it's going to be hard. We've got to all remember that when it gets back to normal, we have to remember how to do it. I couldn't find my medical bracelet the other day. And I let my mum did all the planning, and that was really hard for me. So I need to get back into that mindset in the new year. So it's remembering that we've all got to still stay safe, and I don't know, it's going to be different. The world's never going to be the same again, almost, I don't think.
I'm slightly worried that everyone thinks it's going to be great and it's just going to be 2020 Mark II. That's what my fear is, and I'm sort of slightly bracing myself for that. I mean, I am a very optimistic person, but I have found, like everybody this year, incredibly frustrating and difficult, and it's just been so uncertain, and people are going, 2021 is going to be brilliant, and I'm thinking maybe let's just keep virtual group hugging, wait and see.
And as someone living on my own, it's hard.
I'm worried about the actually going out again. It sounds funny, but I'm a bit I don't know, I haven't been on a train in 8 months. I used to be on a train 3 to 4 times a week, and I managed that fine because I did that for a long time. But now going back to it, I don't know, I'm scared, and I'm a bit concerned on eating out. I had got so used to eating out, and now I haven't eaten out in a year. I've gone out once, so I don't know. I don't want to scare people, obviously, but I'm feeling like, 2021, what is it actually going to be like? And am I complacent as I'm in a safe bubble at the moment?
You're not the only one who feels that way.
Yeah,
Julianne, I don't think you're the. I think lots of people are feeling bizarrely, feeling quite disorientated. And the thought of going back to an ordinary life is, well, yes, of course I want to do it, but actually, I don't feel that confident about it. So you're definitely not alone in that one. Yeah.
Perfect. No, it's right, and I think it's been emotionally. We've been through a massive roller coaster, and but I think what's has been really stood out for me is the way that we've all adapted. We've all adapted when we thought, actually, I don't know how I'm going to do that. And if you look back to who you are today, to the person you were in March, and that whole uncertainty and anxiety, I think we've done pretty well. And when I started this year, I mean, I was 3 months after our first anaphylaxis with Aoife, and still trying to get over the trauma of that. Not knowing, a couple of months later, here I'd be meeting Joey, and we had come up with this fantastic solution that's going to help some people in our position. So it's amazing, like what can happen in a year and how your whole life can change in a year. I think that's really exciting, and that's something I think that we can hold on to even through all the uncertainty out there. Yeah, but I think it comes down to who you are as individuals, and that's one thing that stood out for me with everybody we've had our podcasts with this year, and all the amazing people we've met. Present company definitely over and abundantly included within that. It's just, you know, you guys have made my year, and I haven't for once felt lonely in all this isolation that we have. And I've learned so many amazing things, and met so many people that have just been constant inspirations to me. So that's my thank you for 2020.
That's nice.
I have felt a bit lonely, but that's the only thing when you live on your own. That is a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
I do well on my own because I thrive on when I go out and the things I do in London, and that all of that's had to sort of stop. And Zoom is an exhausting place to socialise on after a while. So I'm looking forward to that changing, but I don't know, like you, Julianne, I want it to go back to normal, but I'm going to be really, really nervous. Actually going back to normal. But it's exciting.
It's like we wish for it, but then what happens when it actually happens? I just don't know. I mean, I am excited, don't get me wrong. I can't wait. Like, there's some big things happening next year. Like, we're supposed to get married next year, so that's a big thing. But I am nervous to see how it all plays out in terms of what people are going to be like, and how are people going to be with allergies as well. And that's something. How are they going to be talking about it? Because like you said, Michelle, normal people without allergies have had to experience some of the things that allergy sufferers have had to go through. So is there going to be a change, and are we going to see the positivity from what they've had to do and wear masks and sanitize and all of these things? Maybe, just maybe, when you say you've got an allergy, they go, oh yeah, that's serious, let me take it seriously. I hope, but we'll see.
Well, with all the talking you guys are doing, and now you piped up, Julianne, I think it's going to, I mean, it's been a phenomenal year in terms of people talking about their allergies. It's been brilliant. It's been so much out there. And that is basically what we need, is just keep talking.
There's amazing people in the space. I definitely think, like, I've met some, like Lindy and obviously you, Ruth, and there's just so many people out there, like mums out there who don't have allergies themselves, but their children do. And
it's an incredibly inclusive community. When you do talk and when you do ask for support and look, there are so many people. Like you were saying, Julianne, it can be something quite isolating and you feel alone and you're like the only one, but you're not. There's so many of us out there, and we're all kind of this inclusive community that we all help each other and support each other. Never alone.
And then Joey, there's you. There's not many boys in the allergy space, so I think you should talk more, because there are obviously guys out there that are probably the same as you and don't talk about their allergies. Yeah,
definitely. You've encouraged me to do that. I need to get a little bit more comfortable putting my story out there, but I think you're absolutely right. I think that's good.
Look up with Kyle.
Him and I certainly, we work together. I think we need to find more ways to talk about that. I think that's a great idea. If we can do that together, I think that would be great.
I think
that was a really good, really important thing to do, Joey, actually, because Julianne's right. There aren't very many guys who talk about it, and I'm sure allergies are evenly distributed across the sexes. So we need more of you guys out there, so that other guys can relate to you and speak out.
I think guys are more at risk as well, because you don't always carry your adrenaline. I might be making sweeping statements, but I do think that.
Oh no, I know what you mean.
Men don't carry them as much.
Well, I had the EpiPen. It, pockets may not fit them, and that's it. If I don't have a backpack or something like that, that was definitely one of the barriers I have a smaller one now, so it's a little bit easier. But yeah, no, I think you're absolutely onto something. I'll have to make that more of my my 2021 resolution this year.
You've got to do for allergies what Leonardo DiCaprio did for the climate and the environment. I think that's your goal. It's your goal for Q2 2021.
Oh man, we've set the bar high. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, come on.
All right. Challenge accepted.
No, but on a serious note, I think, Joe, you will, like, people will relate to you. And once you start talking about your story, like even some of the little things that you've done so far, you've had such great interaction with, and it really is just getting over that sort of barrier of just talking about it. Honestly, I struggled with it. I still struggle with it when I think twice before putting a post up, but then I go, no, I'm going to put it up. I'm going to talk about it. If someone says something bad, they say something bad. You've got a million other people that are going to say something good.
Yeah.
But I think there's so much, and I don't mean this in a kind of weird mercenary way, but there's so much mileage in for you guys to talk about stuff, you know. And I think when you think about 5 or 10 years ago, the veganism was like a sort of sideshow to life, really, and now it's like the thing. And it's incredibly sexy and colourful and amazing. And I think it's you guys who are having allergies a similar thing, you know. I mean, particularly you, Julianne, with your colourful products. It's just, you know, they are that visual sort of, you know, it's really, I think I keep thinking about the vegan movement and how far that's come in such a small time. And I know that the same is going to happen with the allergy space, and that is up to you. So.
Yeah. It's got to be fun. It's got to be inclusive, and that I didn't want to be boring. I wanted to be. I wanted our brand to be like, you know what? I want to be part of it. Even if I don't have allergies, I want to be part.
I love that.
Yeah, well, you've totally succeeded. I think that's why I bought your products for myself. First off, it's like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. I like that. Let's see what it tastes like. It tastes good. So. Yeah.
What about you, Michelle? What do you think for 2021? What's your plan?
I don't know. I'm very interested to see how it develops. I mean, you know, like Cressida, I think, I suspect there's going to be quite a lot more of 2020 just going straight on. But there have been so many exciting developments so far that I'm sort of, you know, I'm divided. Okay, so maybe we have more lockdowns, we're going to have more tiers, we're going to have all of that, because it's going to take a while for this to actually get out of the States. And we're then going to have to live with it as being an ongoing thing, like pneumonia is an ongoing thing. Nobody even thinks about pneumonia, but how many elderly people die of pneumonia every year? You know, that's just something which we accept. And so COVID is going to become a bit like that. But I want to see, out of all these new inventive things that have happened over the last 6 months, how many of those are going to fly? Where are we going to go with them? And I do think, you know, that what you're saying about your products is absolutely right. You know, free-from products need to be exciting and fun. So everyone says, oh, look at that. That looks amazing. What is that? Let's eat it. Let's try it. Oh, it's free-from. Oh, well, who cares? You know, that's what it's all about. And, you know, so I do think it's so important what you guys are all doing. That's just lovely. Look great, tastes great, what everybody wants to eat. I mean, that's what we've been going for years. It's not that this is a free-from product. This is a great product. Oh yes, it's actually free-from. Well, you know, that doesn't really matter. Great for the people who have to have it, but otherwise we all want it. Yeah, so exciting. I think it's exciting.
Well, I think we should probably let you all go and enjoy Christmas with your families.
Thank you.
No, it was great as always. We love chatting to all you guys, and it's just so exciting. You go into a conversation, you never know what's going to come out of it. And there was some great stuff that we spoke about, and some really empowering stuff I think we can take away and take with us into next year. And yeah, exciting. Despite all the challenges and this global challenge that we have, it is an exciting time for us all, actually. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
yeah.
Happy free from Christmas. Yay. Stay safe.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Yeah, you all as well.
All right. Have a great one, and we see you in 2021.
Can't wait. See you next year.
Bye.